or Stranger Things blazer, I think, is the best of the whole pack for the Stranger Things collab, but apparently they're not selling very well from what I hear, but I don't know.
Today, we talk about...
All right. Sorry about that, folks. Just want to look for any incriminating parts of the box, but as we open this bad boy... All right, so just by the look of the box, y'all can kind of tell what we're dealing with here. This was a recent release by Virgil Abloh of Off-White. These are the women's Nike Zoom Terra Kiger 5 Off-White, and this is an electric green, metallic silver, and vert electrique, whatever that means. This is a men's size 11. Women's size 12.5. That's the cheat code, boys. If you want a women's only colorway or a women's only shoe that you want to know the size conversion, you just take your size. Add a size and a half, and you get to your women's size. So I'm a size 11 in men's, and that's a 12.5 in women's. So for whatever reason, this came out with Virgil Abloh's women's track and field collaboration or some ish, and I should probably pull up the backdrop. What would you call that? The paperage, the documentation, the debut release thing, posting. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But let's see what we can pull up here before I pull these out of the box. Let's see. I wish they would give like... Okay, well, GQ covered it, which is interesting. Occasionally, they do foray into the sneaker game, and it's kind of interesting which ones they choose to kind of highlight, if you will. But let me see here. So what do they say? It's also a women's running sneaker as part of the Swoosh's Athlete in Progress collection. Quote, athlete in progress, end quote. That's what they're calling it. So they say he tapped into the rich Nike heritage of track and field. And so the Zoom Kiger 5 is the latest, Off-White creation, if you will. Let's see. So they call this multi-directional traction, rugged, weatherproof support. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. It can handle slippery rubber tracks or wet rocky trails with ease. Although from what I hear, a lot of people are saying the nubs come off with very routine use. So that's interesting. And it was initially unveiled at Virgil's Off-White runway show earlier this year and had shown up on the feet and Instagram of the designer himself several times since then, which I did see with Coachella. I believe that's when the general sneaker public was exposed. Hey, to this new model. And a lot of people, I feel like, weren't feeling it. And from what I hear, the resale costs haven't been that bad. But again, that could just be because they released a ton of pairs. Because this was my first Off-White sneakers victory or victory. No, my W came from that. So I can only imagine they made a ton of pairs. And on top of that, yeah, a lot of people weren't feeling these as far as the aesthetic goes. But it is what it is. Let's just jump right into it. Let's just take a closer look here. I'm going to open the paper. Paper looks interesting. New paper. It looks almost like a DHL logo. Interesting enough. Love the choice to put holes in the box. That's a nice little touch, I guess. And then, woo! Oh wow, man! I gotta get y'all a close up of this for sure. Let me just put this on the table. Hopefully, this comes with me. I'm gonna actually put this right here. This is kind of weird multitasking this with the podcast, but this is where we're moving, baby. So, just on initial looks, I'm just gonna go into video form here. And we're live. Okay, bop, got him. Look at that. This is just amazing, man. And just pull these out. So So from what I gather, I can pull in the frame here. These, yeah, definitely look less bright in person than they do in photos, that's for sure. I love this interesting lace option of black underlay and then, what do you call it? The blue, kind of like rope lace type of situation going on here. This is interesting. This is made of a very different material all of a sudden. Interesting. Huh, it's like very felty, almost like it was meant to be on the golf course. So that's cool. Nike branding right on the tongue and the old school logo, a perforated tongue aspect to it. Interesting if that's what inspired the box design. I'm always a sucker for a new style of box. This is always interesting to me. Plus the new kind of DHL type logo. It's kind of cool. There's the other pair here. Yeah. So and then of course, yeah, the medial side, and it does come with white laces as well. But I think I will dig the black laces because I'm also lazy. Then you get that classic off-white font on the other side. Silvery swoosh. This is very silvery. And then more felty suede panels along the outskirts, and then a nice bop of a black swoosh contrasting the Volt base, and then the interesting spikes on the bottom here. Love this tint of green color to them. And actually, is that blue tips on them? Actually, it definitely is. Fascinating. So yeah, man, that's super cool. From what I hear, these nubs will go down very quickly. So, hey, what you gonna do? And I'll probably just add on an on-feet segment just for its own separate segment. But we'll keep it moving here. Yeah. So, why am I so tired? This is exhausting, Mike. Yeah. So that's another new shrivel to the Off-White lineage. So yeah, it's interesting to see what Virgil will do next. I definitely would want to also, actually, let's just roll this into the release segment. I think I am looking forward to potentially seeing that collab that Nike is doing again with Virgil, and was it Futura? Not very familiar with his work, but I know he's been collabed with on multiple sneakers all over Nike's history. So he's definitely no rookie, he or she. Geez, I really should have done my homework on this one, but I don't know. Something just never appealed to me to look into him or her. Same thing with Cause. It's just Cause. I definitely respect the more and more I learn about him, but I just never caught that wave. So I'm not about to just like dive in now. You know what I mean? But I get it now, especially looking back and being like, oh, that's what was featured on Kanye's 808s and Heartbreaks album art. Although it's weird that some album art is different than the others. Like, shouldn't it just be one standard album art? Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here. Let's get back to the sneaker release. Definitely looking forward to that. Those Dunk Lows that Virgil's cooking up, and we saw him wearing. Definitely prefer the orange pair to the UNC bluish, baby bluish pair, but that's just me. No official release date, but it would it. But you know, since we're here, why don't we just look into a specific what do you call it? A specific sneaker release detail here. So let's go to Goat's calendar. I think that's what we used last time, and it worked out pretty good. So what just dropped? The Sketch to Shelf University Red. It was very much an for me. The Lundmark, cool, but again, not enough different there to keep me from or I should say, not enough new here for me to be like, nah, I'm gonna, definitely add this on. Am I even making sense? I don't know. Why am I'm like beat all of a sudden? Oof, loaded. But no, I'm wondering now if this is the first iteration of them without the heel tab, because that's kind of interesting. Not enough of a reason for me to get it, I'll be honest with you. But anyway. Let's just keep them moving here. Sketch to Shelf. The white, I like the white a lot better. Stranger Things Blazer, I think, is the best of the whole pack for the Stranger Things collab, but apparently they're not selling very well from what I hear, but I don't know. Where's the release calendar? I want to know releases. I want to see your calendar. collections, under retail, day, trending. What the fuck? I want to know the release calendar, buddy. I used to put up dates. I guess I could just look it up on my phone. Why don't we just do that? Save everybody the trouble. Update the app. Jesus Christ. Are we really doing this right now? So is this what we're doing? Yuck. Anyway, well, I guess I'm not that concerned with it. The only other recent releases that really caught my attention were, let's see. That's not on this page, apparently. Actually, I guess we could briefly instead talk about Kanye's interview with, was it Forbes or Business Insider, whatever. Yeah, what was up with that interview, man? That was just, I'm just confused. Like, how did that even come about? Like, what was the genesis of that idea? And why did it seem so low budget for something with much higher expectations of it, I would say. If you told me that they were doing a video and I saw that video, I'd be like, yo, this ain't it, chief. Nah, man. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. So I'm just trying on the app here just to see if that's useful, but apparently not. So I guess we're out of luck here. Oh, calendar. There it is. I just saw it. So the calendar feature, and let me see if it's the same on the website. I guess not. Ugh. Anyway, calendar says nothing interesting. A lot of new boosts that everyone's just ignoring. I get it. It's nothing new. The undercover day breaks in the yellow colorway coming out. Those, I thought caught on better than I expected them to do, but I don't know if they're doing particularly well as far as the hype goes. So the Para Dunk Low. Oof, that one, bruh. Apparently there's a blazer and a Dunk Low. And apparently there's a friends and family version someone hinted to me about. Apparently it's got a gum sole to it and a green upper, if I remember what I saw this morning. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. That's a must-cop for sure. Love Piet Para. Super dope Dutch artist if you don't know. Why don't we leave this segment at that? Definitely looking forward to that. Actually, just to wrap up with the Kanye talk, I think with Kanye, I saw a lot of cool designs there, and we finally saw some visuals, actual samples of the 451s, which I think is a callback to Fahrenheit 451, aka The Fires, aka Flames Triggered, Backdraft Triggered. Hey, yo, great ride at Universal, or show, I guess. And I think I'm excited to see what else Kanye's going to be busting out. And he had a lot of good points in that interview. Respect, my G. Respect. I give you one of these. Anyway. What else? Yeah, I think we'll wrap up the release right there. The release segment. Boom.
Ooh, man, these are not the comfiest on feet at first. I don't know about breaking time, but yeah. I mean, they look nice. Definitely stand out. Definitely feel the rubbery spikes as you kind of shift weight, but nothing too crazy. But I could definitely see why these would wear down dumb quick in concrete especially. So yeah, that's good. Insoles look kind of interesting as well. Again, more of that DHL looking logo type ish with a big old swoosh. Bop, Nike there. Come on, focus, man. Yeah, cool little feltiness, and yeah, that's about it, baby.